Hey everybody, my name is Shiv, and today we're going to be talking about a concept that is getting further expanded in World of Warships, and that is gunboat diplomacy. So what is gunboat diplomacy, you might ask? Well, it's actually pretty damn simple. When you look at how World of Warships is laid out, specifically for destroyers, they run a spectrum. On one end, you've got shimikazes and kageros and things of that nature, which fall under the classification of torp-based ship or torpor. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have gun-based DD, which generally consisted of the Habavask and the Akazuki. Now, in between there, you had like the American line, which was closer to the Japanese. You have the German, which is closer to the Russian side. So you get this nice little in between hybrid spectrum that goes on there. Well, the gunboat side is getting increased even more, and a lot more than you might actually think. In 7.8, the Japanese gun line will be expanded by two more ships, finally bringing it up to tier 10. And probably in a couple updates after that, if not the almost immediate following update, we're most likely going to see the British destroyer line, which we've already seen it kind of showing up here. They kind of allow us to see it here, and you can get a look at some of the stats. Some of this will possibly change, but it gives you a good idea of what you're looking at here. All right, so we're talking 2.5, 13 kilometers. This is actually pretty solid. And in all honesty, when you look at the stats here, it's very comparable to what you get on the Zuki. Except for your HE shells actually do more damage, and your AP does more damage. Well, obviously that makes sense. It's got a bigger caliber shell. Duh. But when you look at that reload time and you start adding things up, you really start realizing, oh my god, this is going to be disgusting. Now, in general, how gunboat diplomacy has worked outside of Japan has pretty much been in the Habavask, running around, healing itself, using speed to evasion most of the incoming damage, as well as having to rely on that 50mm armor to basically turn most HE shells into lol. I mean, yes, it did cause component damage, which was kind of an annoyance, but for the most part, it really didn't do much damage to the boat itself, unless it was a battleship and then it completely wrecked it. So the Habavask has kind of had a really good run as kind of a flank harasser and skirmisher. But with the Japanese, they don't have the heal. They don't have the speed. Instead, they have to rely on smoke. And in all honesty, that's exactly what the British are going to have to rely on as well, is going to be smoke-based firing. So this is going to lead to some really interesting gameplay and a lot of fun. Now, if you're wondering what kind of results you could get from a game like this, that kind of playstyle, I'm here to show you exactly what you could do. Now, this is obviously not the best game you can have in an Akazuki. It's not even like a world record or anywhere close to it, but it can give you an idea of what the ship can do. So let's check that out.
Alrighty then. So here we are on the Akazuki. We're heading towards A. Unfortunately, we're kind of in a collision course with the Kagero over here to our right. Now, we were hoping the Kagero would do the right thing and, I don't know, speed up since he's obviously faster than I am. But no, that is not going to happen. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, now we wait. And I'm looking, and it's looking like we're gonna get the collision here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Mind you, folks, this was recorded on the weekend. I apologize. Yep, that happens. And lo and behold, I will not be able to take shots at the Z-23 that just showed itself right there. And that's probably a good thing. Probably a very good thing. So I'm getting ready to throw torps, and I'm expecting the Kagero to do the same thing and run off, but he apparently doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And I didn't mean to yell at him in caps. It's just the caps lock key was stuck here. So we're going to go ahead and throw torps out, and we got a little bit of vision right there. And we go and hit the booster. We're going to throw out another set of torps right now. Now, will that actually matter? We'll have to wait and see. So we've thrown out our torps, and we're going to have to contest A. I don't feel like giving it up right away. And in general, this is not a good position for me. If you look where everything is, our KGB decided, screw you at A, I'm out of here. And now we're getting radared. So we know there's at least an Atlanta nearby.
Generator started.
And he is basically highlighting me. Luckily, the Fuso is paying attention elsewhere, which that is going to work out great for us. So we're going to use that terrain to basically hide us a bit and get a little bit of damage here. Not too much. A little over 1,000. And I'm looking over and there's the Atlanta.
There you go.
Still got us all kinds of detected. I'm still worried because the enemy DD knows exactly where I'm at and he could come and get me. And our torpedoes actually found their mark on the Fuso. 12k damage. Very nice. And here comes a T-61. Where did he come from? Well, that terrain that's protecting me is also kind of hindering me from dealing with this T-61. Sorry about the jerkiness. This is a problem that is known in the replay. Hopefully it'll be fixed eventually. And he gets away. We see where he kind of was at. He was turning to the right. And I didn't really realize it till afterwards. But yeah, he turned to the right. And I'm still shooting as if he went to the left. Getting no love here. But he can't see me either way, so it's all good. We got the Scharnhorst coming in. And I'm still trying to push this T-61. And there he is. So we're throwing some shells at him. And I'm just afraid he's going to be launching torpedoes. So we're going to get back into our nice little cubbyhole. While continuing to throw shells at him. Didn't get the kill on him. Feel sad. But we did basically push him away. Now up to 26,000. And we're starting in on the Scharnhorst. And he's coming in. We got the New Mexico right there. In general, New Mexico should not have pushed up into A at all. This is just really bad. There's 2 destroyers here. The Scharnhorst has torps too. And there's the Z-23. He's basically doing the same thing I'm doing on the other side. And he is going to have a field day with our New Mexico. Crunch time. Alright, so the A side is extremely weak right now. We're not in a very good position to escape this, but we're just going to keep on firing. We finally got a fire on him. He is burning, and he's going to be turning in here. So what we're going to do is basically get ourselves in a nice position here. We're going to throw torps this way, and hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of value there. Unfortunately, we're going to run right back into this island again. Not good. Luckily, this New Mexico, for some odd reason, can't shoot. I mean, I am a very large destroyer moving very, very slowly. But luckily, his determination to come get me has basically sailed him head-on into a torpedo. And he is going to take 11, almost 12k from the torpedo. And we are now up to 63,000. And yes, that is the My Little Pony soundback. Don't ask me why, I just enjoy it. Don't judge me. Alright, terrain blocking, but we are able to disengage. And still with a healthy amount of life here. And lo and behold, here comes this Fuso. Now you notice we didn't use the reload booster on the Scharnhorst. One ship coming head on just really didn't seem like a very good use of reload booster. It really didn't. I'd much rather be able to throw a spread at a bunch of ships that are coming in an area and possibly get a lot more joy from it. At least in theory.
There you go.
Alright. Now, he was broadside, and we could have actually probably gotten away with some AP there, but this is the Fuso, and if you look at what he's got on the top, that's a lot of turrets. So, pretty much the amount of times we were going to hit a turret versus hitting the top deck and or superstructure was not really in our favor. Our AP really is not going to do anything to his turrets. Our HE, on the other hand, is still going to pay out quite nicely, and the Fuso will be our first kill. There we go.
I told you I was more powerful than you.
Alright, so we know the Scharnhorst is coming around this bend here, and that's a really good position. Looking at where the Kagero is, he's going to definitely provide some vision, and that's going to help out quite a bit. And looking at the minimap, there was also a Leander nearby, but he looked like he was going the other way, so I'm not overly too concerned about him. Alright, so we're getting set up to do some torps on the Scharnhorst. And remember that Leander I was saying I'm not really overly too concerned about? Well, apparently there he is. So we pop the torpedo booster and we get ready, and we're going to basically do kind of an offset kind of torpedo spread here. This is basically what you have to expect while you're playing the Zuki.
Very efficient.
Alright, so we're getting our shots in. Nothing overly major. We're taking a little bit of damage, and he realizes he has messed up big, ladies and gentlemen. So he takes 2, and there's the devastating strike. We are now up to 100k. And that Scharnhorst, he realizes he done messed up too, because he's about to eat 2 as well. And we are now up to 122,000. Good times, ladies and gentlemen. Good times. Good times. And as you can see here, we are combining both gunnery and torpedo in a very effective manner. And that's basically kind of like the, I guess, the hallmark of the Japanese gunboat.
I knew today would be easy, but I didn't think it would be that easy.
While you can definitely get high amounts of damage only using your guns, the torpedoes really do make this quite an enjoyable experience. Now, we have removed half the force that was originally occupying A. Like, seriously, we have removed half. Moving in, we know we have a Z-23 nearby, possibly the T-61 and maybe the Atlanta. The T-61 and Atlanta were last seen moving away from our position, so I'm more concerned about the Z-23. But guess what? The Atlanta has decided to come in. Now, we're about to do something dumb here. We fat-fingered our T rather than Y like we wanted to. So we just wasted our last smoke. This isn't very good. This is going to basically force me into a lot of open water fighting. Again, not the best thing. So we're going to do some range shooting in Atlanta. Not the easiest thing. There you go. But Atlantas generally are not very good at hitting DDs at far range for some odd reason. Apparently, the whole concept of those small guns, they generally only feel comfortable using against bigger ships like battleships and cruisers. But when it comes to destroyers, they tend to miss quite a bit. Now, he's kind of figuring out what he's supposed to be doing here, but he's already caught on fire. He's lost one of his guns. He's gained it back, but we're just keeping him under suppression. No matter where he's going, he's taking damage. We're now about to switch over to AP to get that big chunk, and let's go. Boom.
Nice try.
Flank, flank. Ah, yes, MLP. All right, so now the Z-23 is coming over here. This is the 5th ship that was occupying the A area, and we're going to come in there, and we're going to suppress the hell out of him and go for the Kraken, because reasons. All right, so he's lost his engine, and I didn't really realize that when I took that opening salvo, but we quickly compensate for it. He's also making a turn, which means his speed is not overly good. Now he's turning away, realizing he's a bad position, and he's lining up perfectly for this beatdown. And there went his engine again. And he is now pretty much toast. And that is the Kraken right there, as well as Confederate, ladies and gentlemen. Always a good time.
Engine boost deactivated.
All right, and that pretty much is the game. We just have to tick the points. We captured everything. We only lost 2 ships that entire match. Alrighty, and there you have it. 430,000 credits, 5,000 plus experience, 263 free experience. We got the Confederate, Devastating Strike, Kraken Unleashed, and the High Caliber. Yeah, sorry, I don't have some really cool thing from, Clash of the Titans to show you there for that. But we did 136,000 damage, 6 torpedo hits, 326 gun hits. We had like 5 components destroyed. We had 5 kills, 3 fires, 6 floodings, 3 defenses. That's just all in all a solid game. Now, when we look at the actual team scores, look at this, guys. 2,150. The next highest person was 1,367.
All right. Couple reasons for this. One, we fought destroyers, and we fought a lot of destroyers. We did quite a bit of damage to the destroyers. And two, we did a ton of damage to battleships like the Fuso and the Scharnhorst. We just completely shreked out. All right? Completely shreked out. Now, a lot of times when you see these people who get these Krakens, you know, some people are like, oh yeah, but you just vultured a bunch of kills. Well, if you get the Confederate and the High Caliber, nobody can really say you did that, all right? Because High Caliber is at least 40% on 4 ships. So, yeah. Now, in that game, we had a lot of help from our torpedoes, and I'm going to tell you right now, it takes a while to figure out how to use that torpedo reload correctly and when you should be using torpedoes. But once you figure it out, it's just an amazing experience. All right, so Gunboat Diplomacy, pardon me, can't talk there right now, but Gunboat Diplomacy is quite amazing. It's a lot of fun, and with the expansion of the IJN destroyer line, as well as the inclusion of the British destroyer line coming soon, trademark, it's definitely going to create some interesting new strategic paradigm shifts. Already, we're seeing a lot of people wanting to play a lot more cautiously because of the United States Navy light cruiser inclusion and all the radar that suddenly just popped up everywhere. Like from tier 8 and on, a lot of people play very, very cautiously. Destroyers aren't too likely to push as much as they used to, and well, cruisers and light cruisers and battleships are also hanging back a lot more. This kind of ship right here is probably going to further make that a problem. In general, this is a kind of playstyle that you're going to want to always partner up with somebody, all right? You need somebody spotting while you're hiding in a cloud. You need somebody who has really good stealth while you're sitting there providing, say, a gun support for them. Because in all honesty, you see a lot of destroyers going, why am I not getting any cover fire? Why is nobody shooting at this DD? Well, now you don't have to worry about it. You've got the Japanese gunboats. You got the British gunboats. They're going to provide that close-in support that we've been expecting cruisers and battleships to basically provide. Well, now you don't really need it as much, but that's not going to help the fact that everybody is playing overly cautious. So it probably is going to further make that a problem. Just saying. But it's going to be a lot of fun while everybody figures out what the fuck to do. So anyway, guys, that's going to be all for this video. I hope you like it. I hope you try out some Gunboat Diplomacy and make your opponents cry. Till next time, the ship's saying, stay safe, have fun. May RNGs bless you. I'm out.